You can wipe your sweat again, he says. Who? Yeah, that guy over there on the buttons. Who's that guy on the buttons? His name is Jimmy. Yeah, sweaty red face, huh? He says. Who's that? That's me. Who am I? I'm the handsome chief. And where are you? Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends, the live morning show built for men who want real talk, motivating conversation, and entertaining content to start the day right. Boys, have you gotten up and gotten after it today? Well, I have. Happy Thanksgiving, Nation. Happy Thanksgiving, Spartacus. Good morning, Bernard. Good morning, Sullivan. Good morning, Lady Drew. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, everybody here this morning hanging out with us in the lab. Today is about cutting through the noise, ditching the fake discipline, catching up after the awesome weekend, the borrowed habits, the pressure to be perfect, and finding what actually works for real men with real lives. Good morning, Roofy. My hockey buddy hanging out with us this morning here. The Kindness Rising guy, the guy that wakes up with you guys before you guys are even just rolling over. Matt Roof, Kindness Rising, getting up, getting after it every single day here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Hey, guys, listen, before you get it rolling, hit the like button, grab a towel, wipe your wet face. Yeah, tell us what time your alarm went off and whether you actually got up or you rolled over and hit the snooze button. What did you do? And hey, remember, guys, this is an R-rated experience. Sometimes it becomes X-rated. So if the kids are around on this Thanksgiving Canadian Monday, go put them back to bed or put the headphones on. And whatever you do, don't hit the snooze button, guys. You're going to be 9 minutes behind the guy who didn't. And he's already halfway to his goals. That's what we stand for here in the lab. Not hitting the snooze button. We are your daily accountability partner here every single day, every morning to help your day start right with laughter, insight, and a mindset built for momentum. Guys, hour one on the big show today. The leadership style that's actually winning in the AI era, because in a world full of algorithm and ego, the leaders rising now are the ones humble enough to listen, curious enough to learn, and smart enough to let AI amplify, not replace them. We're going to look at some current conversations happening around the world. Sora 2. Oh, I've seen Marty hopping around Sora 2 there. Yep, leaving the world convinced their feed is deep faked. Sora 2 is everywhere. Figure AI closer than ever to giving us robot companions in our homes. And Neuralink, Elon's other company, says 10,000 people are lining up for brain chip trials. That tells you that the world is looking for Iron Man. Yeah, and somewhere off Canada's coast, the Americas, the Atlantic's biggest great white shark made an appearance. Center stage, guys, the 5 weird tricks that'll kill cravings, from tapping your forehead to brain hacking hunger. That's just the warm-up, you guys. Hour 2, we're going to go deep dive. Stop copying those 4 a.m. routines that every influencer is telling you to do, and let's sit back and have a conversation with myself, John, and Marty about what's working for us. And then we're going to lighten up for Reloaded. Do figs really have dead wasps in them? Well, the answer is going to surprise you. Unfollow Protocol. What really happens when you unfollowed 20 people today? The digital detox that might just change more than your feed. And then finally, guys, in the community corner, we're going to spend some time digging into some community stories about creators who prove that discipline can feel good, mornings can be simple, and consistency still, yeah, it can beat that hype. All right, nation, let's get into it. The morning loop. It starts right now.
Remember when leadership meant having all the answers? You've spent years building your expertise, earning your authority. Something deeper is changing. Studies.
Yeah, there you go. Nicely done. What just happened there? I don't think that was the right button, Jimmy. Yeah, wrong clip. Let's write the wrong one. No? Don't get the right one? Hey, you guys can join the show with us live right now. The phone lines are going to be open in the second hour. 431-300-3005. And hey, the Mornings in the Lab community is hopping too. The vertical side, the horizontal side. Come say hello in the comments. Yes, sirree, baby. And if you're not joining the show live, I would invite you to come hang out with us every single morning here, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Or you can come grab it on any of the on-demand platforms, hanging out all over the planet. So, guys, what did you guys do this weekend? What did you do this weekend, Nation? I'll tell you what I did. If you were following me on Sora, I was driving around Saskatchewan. Yep. Oh, yeah, baby. Yep. Took my dad, took my mom, went out and spent some time out hanging out with Carter out in Saskatchewan, watching some hockey, spending time on the farm, birthing some calves, racing some combines, climbing on top of oil rigs. Yeah, true story. Jimmy, whenever you're ready, brother, you can run that reset, pal.
Good morning and welcome to the biggest show for happy men on the planet. Keith, John, Marty, hope you fellas had a good loop. Marty, we heard you wanted opinions. Here's one for you. Guy friends with puppies can be just friends, you know? All right, nation, let's see what the circus has brewing today. Keith, Marty, John, let's go. And Jimmy, don't sneeze on our puppy, dude.
Have it. Breaking news happening this morning. Breaking news, John Anderson. Breaking news, breaking news. Regular men that aren't gay can have puppies. Johnny, true story.
Well, let me update that update. Okay.
Yes.
A man who says don't sneeze on my puppy is queer as a $3 bill.
Jesus.
I say that with love. I say that with love. I have multiple gay friends. I have no issues with homosexuality, any sexuality, any color, race. We're all the same. Well, there's one race. It's called human race. Whether you like to pitch, catch, whatever, we're all human.
And we all have humor. And sometimes we all just take ourselves too fucking seriously. So let's just sit back.
So what would you say
out.
if I said, Keith, don't sneeze on my puppy? But what the fuck is wrong with you today?
I would fucking rile up big old sneeze and I'd blow my fucking mucus all over your puppy's ass, John Anderson. How are you, brother? Good to see you, man.
I'm good. How are you, brother?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I had a wonderful week with mom and dad.
Yeah, it looked like good. The picture shoot was really cool.
Yeah. Spent so much time driving around rural Saskatchewan, and spent some time on the farm, which was awesome. We've joked before about the farm, man. There's something about just spending time on a farm, John Anderson, and the simplistic values that when you get there, you just kind of you find some time to have awareness. The rest of the world just seems so distant when you're on the farm.
Yeah, it's a different world. It's your own little universe.
It is.
I was thinking about that when you were there.
Yeah.
So when I was in Saskatchewan, I was in Regina.
Yeah. It was a couple hours away from me. Yep.
Yeah, and we competed in their main hockey rink, wherever their main hockey place was, their hockey center. Yeah. It was a cool little spot.
That's right. Yeah, it's exactly where I was. I was a couple hours from Regina, rural Saskatchewan. Just a good old, just simple place, man. Just simple values, and thoroughly enjoyed myself and had a lot of fun with Carter.
Hold together, girl. We got a field to save. Pure horsepower. That's all we need. Breakfast is counting on us.
I'm on the tractor, just fucking booting around the town there, and
I don't think they call that a tractor, dude. I think that's a different name. I don't know what that thing is, but
I wouldn't even know what the fuck to do with
that's a different type of machine you were driving there.
Well, yeah. Well, I birthed a calf too. Yeah, Jimmy, if you got that one, I got a clip of me birthing a calf this weekend too. Yeah, I stuck my long arm up the cow's ass and pulled the calf.
I've seen.
You won't beat me today, big guy. You gotta be kidding. They got a banner? Yeah. Mornings in the lab, 8 a.m. Don't miss it. All right, back to beating this combine.
I forgot to give Jimmy the birthing calf clip. Yeah, I birthed a calf. True story.
Dude, I think they were checking on the calf.
Yeah.
This dude the vet would come out to our farm.
Yes.
Remember the first time I ever saw it, dude. Puts this plastic thing all the way up to here.
Yes.
And he just starts fucking going. And he stuck his whole arm in the vagina of that cow.
Yes, that's exactly.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, what is that? I've never seen anything like that before.
That's exactly what happens when you stick your arm up the calf's rear end, is that you end up, Jimmy, I'm dropping this over into your feed here in a few moments here. But yeah, it was good times. Just a good time hanging out, and like I said, just simple, man. And there's certainly some enjoyment with just the simplistic values.
Dude, when you say simple,
yeah,
that's it. Of course, I'm all about simplicity, but there's something about the more you, and I'm not talking about how I use the word simple.
Yeah,
I'm talking about a simple life.
Totally, I agree with.
What's the extreme version? What are they? They got the big beards. Shit.
Oh, like the Hutterites and Mennonite, like Amish folks.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean their belief is to keep things simple. And,
absolutely, yes.
And there's something about living on a farm. If you truly when we were there, I mean, Jesus, there would be easily not leave there for a week.
Oh yeah. It's sorry, Jimmy. I'm just trying to grab this for you here while I'm just having a conversation with Johnny here because I found it. I sent it to the wrong person, I think, so I'm sending it to you now. It's horse and buggy and farm and food from the land and living off the grid and so forth, right? And so here's what's simple, John. And I'll just kind of lean into this for a second. So my uncle, whose farm we were at, was baling some hay and was talking about drying it out. And I'm going to talk real simple and so simple with what I'm going to say next. He's like, yeah. So I cut it down and I called my advisor, who's his brother, and said, what should I do? He's like, well, he says, I would get in your 4x4 and drive on it for a couple hours. It's like, what? He's like, yeah, just drive back and forth on it. I go, why? He goes, to pat the air out of it. Like, holy fuck. Like, you talk about the simplistic things. He cut the fucking straw down, got in his truck, and just drove over 2 hours just to pat all the air out. The point is that on that air there decreased the value, so we had to drive over. So something that, again, the simplistic thing, Johnny.
We had one field on our farm that we would, and it was more of a, I think it was more for fun. I don't think it really worked out. I was little, so I don't really remember all the details, but I don't think it really worked out the way it was supposed to. It was very small fields. It was a 50-acre farm.
Yes.
But this thing was like no machinery. Plowed it with a fucking horse, So we had the big Clydesdale that pulled a fucking plow. Right. Yeah. Like the dude that would come and do that. Fuck, that was a job because he had to man the horse and hold the plow like a fucking wheelbarrow at the same time.
Yes. Yeah.
That was crazy shit.
It's and just the basic stuff. Hey, Jimmy, run that clip, me coughing. There you go.
Calf out of her milk sack. The calf comes out way above that.
And it came up branded with Mornings in the Lab on it. What's up, Marty?
What the hell is going on, man? I'm just getting here. This is the first thing I see.
Is a calf coming out of a cow's rear end?
That was not the rear end. That was coming out of the milk sack, whatever you call that.
Yeah, the physics were somewhat off in that experience. That's for sure.
He's sitting there. Not to mention, if you're fucking pulling on that thing like a tug of war.
I know, just yanking it. But John, true man. I've witnessed. I have been invited to, but I have politely declined to stick my arm up a cow's rear end. I'm sure you maybe have had the same opportunity. And
I declined that as well.
Yeah.
I thought Johnny would have done it.
Yeah, I was probably 9. Didn't really see how it was going to change anything in my world at the time.
I would think that if I was invited to do it today, John, because I'm all about trying new things, I think I would try.
There are things that I like to try, but I still have to connect it to some sort of a value thing. No, not that there's no value in that, but just to me.
No value in sticking your arm of a cow's rear end. Eh?
Eating a piece of dog food to me would have more value because I'm all about food and how.
Yes, you are.
I don't see how sticking my arm in a cow's vagina is gonna somehow increase the value of what I do. Now, if I was a farmer, it'd be, or if I was planning to be a farmer, give me the long fucking glove.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's it. What I also love about farming is this, really the simple concept: buy the cow for X, raise it, and sell it for Y. There you go. Simple as that. Keep it alive. Make sure it gets fat, so you can raise it from 4 pounds to 400 pounds and make the difference.
I got a question for Mark because he missed this one.
Yeah.
So it's multiple choice, brother. You can only pick A or B.
Uh-oh.
So if somebody says to you, "Don't sneeze on my puppy," is that person A, straight, or B, potentially gay?
Potentially gay.
Exactly. Thank you. You know, dude, they keep writing these scripts like, "Defendant John, don't sneeze on my puppy." You're gayer now. Jesus Christ.
So
they
we
keep trying to
solidified
defend
that
themselves.
they're
They're just going deeper into the hole, you know?
Yeah. We solidified it. It's okay.
You know what we got to do? You know what we got to do? We got to ask these fuckers to start unrobing, because we're going to find them wearing all sorts of weird fucking S&M shit and ladies' clothes underneath their suits.
You heard that, Melissa? You heard that, Melissa? Melissa, you got it now.
Christopher Martin, how was your weekends, brother?
It was good, man. I was on Sora too, having some fun.
I saw you out there, and so I'd love to hear your impressions. The young buck on the staff here, tell us about your impressions of the new platform, Sora 2.
It can be great. I got to work on my prompting, but there were a few mess ups. But I'm getting it to go in the direction I wanted to go. But,
can you see how ridiculously addictive it can be?
It's definitely addictive.
And you can see that dopamine hit that because you put those words in and you see it spin and you wonder what it's going to make. Am I wrong, Marty? And then if it turns out to be pretty cool, there's this spike of, oh, that's awesome, and you want to do it again, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, exactly. And I was on there. Me and my mom were looking.
Yeah.
She saw some of your videos. She was like, what the heck is going on?
Oh yeah, and they're just so fucking random too. I had the nun, the bikini girl, and the old handsome chief hanging out together. But yeah, I think it's quite enjoyable. It's quite fun. It's certainly resetting the bar around media. That's for sure.
They loved it on Instagram though. Some of the videos I made, I put them on Instagram. They
loved it. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, I know it. Well, hey, and I gotta tell you, man, your cameo, handsome Marty. Woo, baby.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, handsome Marty. I made a video with you too. Actually, I was looking to cut it up, but I learned something I couldn't do it, so I just deleted it last night. So you didn't get a chance to see it. So I'll remake it later today.
Yeah, brother. Your new look is gonna be your new look. It's a law of attraction.
I agree.
You're gonna get what you know, whatever you exude is what you're gonna get. That's what's gonna be drawn to you. So the new look is gonna get you more, I think, what you're looking for, especially starting a new business too.
Yes.
Appreciate that, man.
Hey, Sterling and Preston, what do you got? What do you got at the conversation desk for us this morning to dig into? What are we talking about today, boys? Besides sneezing on pup.
The leaders winning with AI are the ones who listen first. Empathy over ego. If you run a team, stick around. 5 weird tricks to kill cravings. Number 3 works fast.
Backed by science, not wishful thinking.
Stop copying 4 a.m. routines. This is the 20-minute morning that actually works.
Do figs really have dead wasps in them?
Short answer, it's complicated. You'll never unsee this. Unfollow 20 people today. Watch how fast your sanity comes back. Keith, back to you guys in the studio.
Sora 2, an invite-only iOS app that turns text prompts into ultra-realistic 10-second videos. Hit 1 million downloads in under 5 days. Marty, we got to get Johnny on there, brother. Johnny, we got to get your team to get you on there.
I got to ask him if that's what we're using, because I spent all weekend giving him content, like kind of like, remember what you had me do, right?
Yeah.
But I had like this fucking long list of shit that I had to give him. Like today, I got to record like a 30-minute fucking thing of my voice.
Okay. Yeah. With Sora, you just got to take a picture and basically read 6 numbers, and then you're done. So, have one of your colleagues, have one of your teammates text me, or let's text later today, because getting you on there is super easy, and then we can have a lot of fun together collectively. You, me, and Marty, and we can have a bunch of fun actually, and create some great content and drive some.
And I apologize for not joining the party, dude. I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm kind of expanding what I'm doing within my peptide business. So
I know,
I'm going into different, so that there's 3 layers to it. So I'm basically joining the party on all 3.
Yeah, you're going vertically integrated, aren't you? Right from that's, I know, it's awesome, man. I think it's fantastic. A fully vertically integrated business.
We are, and we made a fucking ton of progress this weekend.
Did you?
Oh yeah, it was killer.
That's awesome. Lady Drew, have a good one, bro. Have a good one, Lady Drew. I'm not sure where you're going. Hopefully you're going to hang out with us here. Guys, so just, kind of spend a little bit of time here on Sora. Users flooded the platform with deepfakes. It's certainly taken over the social space. I did some additional reading on social media and some of the trends on the weekend too, guys, during my travels, and some recent studies and things that I've been reading. 1 second is what we have to convince somebody to stick around in the scroll.
Dude, I was going to say this. It's getting shorter. I was wondering what the new study is.
1 second.
It used to be 7, then went to 3.
And not just visual, but sound design is equally important.
Everything.
Yes.
It's like we used to do 3. It sounds like I'm going to change it to 1.
Yeah.
We needed a visual hook.
Yep.
We needed words. We needed a headline.
Yep.
Right. And then basically, usually what it does in that first second, the camera will go in and out real quick.
Yes.
There's 5 we try to hit 5 different versions of movement, headline. I'm saying something. I'm looking a certain way. Even trying to create a background. It's like fucking nuts how many hooks you got to put in there.
Well, and John and Marty, the other
fucking fish.
Yeah, the other thing I've been reading about too is pattern breaks. Maybe I'm sure you both are experts in this. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. For those that don't know what I'm referring to, is most creators create much of the similar content. The successful ones break patterns. Think about it. When you're scrolling on your phone, you watch. There's a reason why you stop. Yeah, there's a reason why you stop, and it's actually not as intentional as we think. It's actually a subliminal message that tells John, oh, the pattern's broken, stop here. It's actually quite fascinating, and I was kind of doing some testing here even over the weekend here. Marty, you might have even saw some of my Sora stuff. It's different than some of the stuff I was making earlier, but I was trying some of that pattern breaks, and it's actually quite fascinating where it's a completely different style of content, John. I see you nodding. You know exactly what I'm talking about, eh?
It just changes so fucking fast, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it. It's like that's kind of one cool thing about the community.
Yes.
Once they're in your community, that they're more interested. Those really tight, fucking crazy, got to do this loosens up because they're already interested in what you have to say.
Yes, that's exactly right. And then, hey, last week, guys, I teased this a little bit, but they officially did it. John, you can tell Terry, Figure 3 has just unveiled their new robot. It stands 5'6". They're gonna start deploying it sometime.
There's a company.
Yeah, they're out of California. There's still no pricing on it, but it's built for the home. Dishwashers, clear tables, handle laundry.
That thing is going to be so popular, dude.
I think so. Yeah, it's they've raised over $1 billion, a $39 billion valuation. They're betting on a $40 trillion global labor market, and it's not ready to run in the house yet, but it's the closest anyone's got to doing some stuff inside of the kitchen, inside of the laundry room, and so forth. And it's around the corner.
We looked into that a little bit, and we were like, hey. How good is this thing about not fucking up door jams and shit like that? Because we just remodeled a fucking house.
Yes.
With flawless. You got some fucking robot in there with steel elbows that's fucking cracking doors and door jams. It's like, holy Christ.
And this is where much of us don't want to wrap our heads around understanding. But as as the world reorientates and as we look to bring maybe more manufacturing back into North America or labor type jobs, folks are like, so where's the humans? Who's going to drive the semi trucks? Who's going to work in the factories? Robots. It's just the truth, right? Because yesterday was like, hey, let's go have the illegal labor. Let's go have the legal, the inexpensive labor to do it all. Now it's gonna be like, hey, we got to get rid of all the illegal immigrants. Let's go and hire some robots. True story, Johnny. Exactly what it is, man.
Yeah, that's very true. It's changing times, baby.
It is. It absolutely is. Yeah. Hey, so on my East Coast, this is something from my world which I thoroughly enjoy, which is sharks. I love sharks. The largest great white shark resurfaced here on the east coast of Canada, 14 feet, 1,700 pound. Now the largest recorded male. So I can give some perspective to that because I saw a 13-foot great white when I was off the shores of in southern Australia.
That's almost the same thing, dude. Holy shit!
Yeah, I know. But you know what's striking about it, John, and I think you can appreciate this because you're a big man. You've been around big men in terms of lifting and so forth. What humans that I think we don't wrap our heads around is the mass of something. So when I saw that shark for the first time in the water, Marty, like, yeah, okay, 13 feet, you think long, but you can wrap your head around how thick it is. Like, it's like a fucking bus in the water.
It's probably fucking 9 feet around.
You can't even. It's hard to grasp until you see it in real life. Like, you're just kind of outside the cage. I was in the water and I could just if I wanted to stick my hand out, I couldn't touch it. But you're like, holy fuck, that thing is so massive, Marty.
Yeah, man. I'm the closest I've gotten to that is a stingray, about 6 feet with a wingspan.
Dude,
that's probably the biggest thing I've seen, and it's scary.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the water like that, there's nothing you could do if it wants to attack you.
Yes, I know.
You can't do anything.
And those things, dude, they fucking hit you with that tail. You're in trouble, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've actually hit one before. It was like the baby ones, though.
Did you step on them? Because, when you're walking out there, you got to be careful in some places because they sit in the sand. You step on them.
They do.
And that fucker will tag you with that tail real quick.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Good morning, Sullivan. Love this show where anyone can hang out with at least 3 inspirational, successful people and learn from at least 3, Sullivan. Yeah, including yourself as well. Hey, Neuralink, guys, I've told you about Neuralink before. Elon's other company where he's inputting brain chips in folks, especially people that might be paralyzed and so forth. Well, here's what's incredible, man. I'm telling you, John, you and I. So again, I've laughed because we're a couple of years ahead of Marty growing up. We grew up with this science fiction stuff. Well, Marty and Marty's kids, that's going to be normal for them. There's over 10,000 people now that are on Neuralink's wait list for these N1 brain chips. Essentially, to simplify it, you might be paralyzed. You might have some kind of neurological disease or a neurological incident happen with your body. You put a chip inside you and you can do a lot of interesting things, man. I find this fascinating because the world of Iron Man, the world of robot humans is just around the corner, Johnny.
Nuts, dude.
Like just around the corner.
It's hard to comprehend all this, dude.
Well, it is because we talk about robots. Now we're talking about embedded humans with these Neuralink chips. It's an interesting time we're in. Speaking of interesting time, let's do a little pivot over to Jimmy. I got this topic on the leadership styles winning in the AI era. Jim, I know you got a clip for this one. Here's our hook. Have you noticed the best leaders today sound less like robots and more like guides? Marty, here's some tips for you, man, as you continue, as we're going to talk about leadership in today's world and how it's changing. We're going to break down the leadership style that wins in the AI world. And John, as you're growing your team, some tips for you as well, perhaps, so you can build resilient, high-performing teams in a tech-supercharged world.
Remember when leadership meant having all the answers? You've spent years building your expertise, earning your authority. Something deeper is changing. Studies from leading institutions show that today's most effective leaders share a common thread, one that has little to do with what they know and everything to do with how they connect. The evidence points to a fundamental redefinition. Understanding this shift means understanding yourself differently. It means leading from a place you might not have explored before. Ready to explore? Let's dive in.
Looking good, John, says Jim Glassman. Jim, do you know John? You want to connect to him?
This guy said Jim Glassman. I used to know a dude from the strength world named Jim Glassman.
Maybe it's the same guy. It's
he came and trained me a few times, and I ran him to death on the steps. If that's you, Jim, say reveal yourself.
That's awesome. Well, the way he's communicating with you is strong. I'm going to think that he might be the gentleman you're talking about. So good morning, Jim Glassman. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith John.
Cool motherfucking cat right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's cool about him?
Oh, just a fucking great human.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, Jim, thanks for joining us in the show, man. If you're first time here, welcome to Mornings in the Lab. And if you are the Jim that John knew from the past, would love to hear that. And our comments are open on the YouTube channel as well. Hey guys, in the world of AI, what I found striking about this conversational topic was, as leaders and as we have been leaders, I think our colleagues and our employees and the folks who have always looked for the leader to have the answer, whether it was I don't know or I do know, but they wanted the answer. What I'm finding interesting is that in a world where all the answers are now in our pocket on an AI, our leaders, your role as a leader, John, your role as a leader, Marty, is not necessarily to have all the answers anymore. It's actually more about being a human. It's actually helping a human have emotion and having, it's the bar stool, John, says Glassman.
The what?
It's the bar stool, John.
I'm not catching the fucking joke.
I'm the bar stool. He says, looking good, John. I'm the bar stool. Maybe you know that.
I think that's a term like maybe I sat on him. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. I don't quite understand that.
Well, we're gonna learn along the way.
But I just flipped over to vertical that you can't see his face because the LinkedIn icon. Yeah. But he's a big fucker. That looks like him. Yeah. He's like 340 pounds, 6'4", or 6'3", 6'4", 340. The big man.
And yes, I survived.
Yeah, there he is. There he is. I survived the steps. That's him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Jim, you want to call in and join the conversation with us right now? The phone lines are open. Come join myself, Marty, and John, 431-300-3005. I'm opening up an invitation to you, Glassman. So if you want to come say hello to John, I'd invite you to do that right now. We're having a conversation about leadership in the AI world. And would love to have you join this chat with myself, John, and Marty, if you're up for that. But guys, leading as a human is more important than ever because there's data, there's knowledge, there's everything we need to know the answer is in our pocket. So what our colleagues are looking for is more of that human side of things, the humility, the authenticity, delegating the humanity of things. What's your first thoughts on this, John, Marty?
Go ahead, Mark.
Doesn't it?
I'll let you lead this off.
All right, that's cool. As far as delegating things, I'm kind of happy we're delegating things to AI. We can be more efficient. You don't have to worry about moods. You don't have to worry about your tone. I know that sounds a little harsh, but it's just a reality, and I think it gives humans a chance to level up, basically, right?
Yes.
You either get with the times or you get left.
Yes.
That makes sense. Absolutely.
What about you, John? Thoughts on this too?
I kind of agree with Mart. It's all how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's when if you use it to, I would say some people use it. It takes their authenticity away. I think you have to be careful not to let that happen. That's all about the user.
Yes.
Keith, you made a good point last week when you said the more you use AI, the more you use your brain.
Oh,
man. It's not handicapping you,
I think more than ever, Marty. Like I'm telling you, man, if you really want to get some, so again, just we were talking about this morning, some of the content I was creating with Sora this weekend, my brain power, I was using more of my brain than I have in probably weeks because I was trying to get some certain outputs and I had to lean into, in order for me to get what I wanted to get out, Marty, I had to dig for words.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Right. And I think that's, unless you're using it all the time, you don't really know what I'm referring to, but and then when you see the improvements, you're like, oh, it's because I improved the way that I communicated. Mm-hmm. Right. So
if you give a vague response or a vague answer, that's what you're going to get in return. So.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So guys, leaders who win now do three things daily: keep their humanity, learn out loud, and let AI be a partner, not a crutch. So I invite you to do this, guys. Start small, stay curious, and lead with clarity. Your team's going to feel it. and your results were going to show it. It's funny because I was thinking about authenticity over the weekend and what that really still means in 2025. Marty, what does that mean to you when you hear authenticity?
That's a great question, dude.
Yeah. What does it mean to you?
In 2025 specifically?
Yeah.
I think, people aren't authentic like being themselves, right?
Yeah.
They're being authentic to what they think you want them to see, if that makes sense. Right? So if I want to be, if I'm say I'm a doctor, right?
Yes.
And I want to get on Instagram, I want to show my brand off, right?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what I think you think a cool doctor is, and not just myself.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It does. Absolutely.
That's what I think authenticity is in 2025.
So I see it the same way. Johnny, what about you?
Well, I think, authenticity I think it's very difficult for people to convey that if they're not used to being in front of a camera.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, I mean, think about how many people, as soon as that fucking camera is in their face, they're just not that. Yes, they're still the same person, but they, something comes over them, and all of a sudden the cat's got their tongue, and they're not this, like say a really, really accomplished. Well, perfect example. I'll use literally an example. So Terry's looking at different plastic surgeons to have her boobs redone, right? And so she's actually said the same thing. She's like, these surgeons are going on and they're making these videos where you can kind of see them a little bit more. And he goes, Jesus Christ, she says, once they start to talk, it makes me question them, but it's not that they're not they just really don't know how to present themselves by camera. If they were in a consultation one-on-one, that's a different version of them versus if they're making a video.
I think Mike McQuillan says it best, and I could not agree more with what McQuillan says, which is people using AI to create a message about authenticity is the pinnacle of irony. Like, it really is. When I sit back and I go, okay, I'm authentic, and I create a message for Marty to show my authenticity and has nothing with my words, it's all just a bunch of fucking AI stuff. Like, there's nothing real about that as well. Jim Glassman will get you that number in a quick second here, but that it's the ultimate irony, Marty. There's nothing authentic about it at all. Like, at all.
But you got to think about where are you using that? Like, for example, if you're using AI to clean up a caption you're putting under a video of yourself, that's different than if you ask the fucking thing to make you a video.
Yes, 100%.
So again, it goes back to my original statement. You as the person in control have to make sure it doesn't take your authenticity away.
Yes. Yeah. I found something on the weekend. I can't find it right now. I'm going to try to find it for tomorrow's show, but I found something on the weekend around authenticity, and I grabbed some thoughts on it. I was going to maybe write a little bit of a monologue around it, because I think the word authenticity is a ridiculously overused word in 2025, and I think everybody's kind of forgotten about what it means. Hey, Glassman, 431-300-3005. Johnny, he's going to give us a call. 431-300-3005. Jim Glassman, you give us a call right now. McQuillan, would love to hear from you, but first of all, we got to put Glassman on the line here. We're going to connect some old brothers from different mothers from the past, I think. Apparently, well, I don't know. We're going to get Glassman joining us here in a couple minutes here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, Marty, and the entire gang here showing up. And Lady Drew, if you're still here, glad to have you here in the lab. If you're gone, I'm sorry that you're gone. Hopefully you'll show back up here and hang out with us along the way. Marty, highlight from the weekend for you, brother. What was your big highlight this weekend?
Big highlight this weekend, probably I got like 3 clients for my social media business. So
come on.
Good for you, brother. Good for you. That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome. How did you get them? Where'd you get them from?
Just Instagram. I promote the business at least once a day on my page, and that's it.
Good for you, brother.
It's simple, man.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely done. After Glassman gives us the call, guys, we're going to move into 5 weird tricks that'll kill cravings. Hey, John, what's one way you've killed a craving in your life? Do you have a weird trick you've used to kill a craving?
I mean, usually a craving is connected to a self-sabotage behavior pattern.
Oh.
So basically you can kill that by doing something, and it's crazy if you look deep enough.
Hang tight, Johnny. Hang tight. Good morning. Is this? There we go. Here is this Jim Glassman.
Hey guys,
Is this Jim Glassman?
this is Jim Glassman. Good morning.
Jim Glassman.
Yeah, what's up, brother? It's been a long time. How are you, brother?
Good, man. It was wonderful to wake up and see you. The first time anyone's been live on LinkedIn, I gave a shit about.
Right on. Right on. How's life treating you, brother?
You know, life is treating me good. I'm closer to about 300 pounds these days. But yeah,
I was
people
just
meet me and they
posted
think
about
that
how
I'm
what a
big.
beast you were.
I
You were
don't hold
when we
it.
trained together, you were about 340. You were just a massive creature.
I was, yeah, 340, 350 there for a few years. It's really
Were you
good.
actually
No, it was
350?
good.
I didn't mean to shortchange you, brother. Holy shit! Tell everybody about our. So he came and trained with my group. His trains hard. You know, not everybody I would even let come train with me. Tell everybody about the day we trained. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I remember about that day because we had done a couple of competitions before. Do you remember the competition in St. Louis where we squatted the Ford Explorer?
Yeah, and you beat me in a squat event, which really pissed me off. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then the next event after that was like a Conan's wheel, 2 at a time.
Was it a Conan's wheel?
I was on them and we walked in the big circle. And if I remember right, I beat you that event, and then you didn't talk to me the rest of the weekend. So fast forward to I'm working at Wells Fargo in San Francisco and training with a guy in your crew named Ricky LaRocca.
Yeah, my boy.
Ricky?
Yeah, he's still my close friend.
Yeah, dude, Ricky's as solid as they come. And so Ricky basically was like, nah, John, he's cool. And we came and we trained and everything was heavy. And it was the first time I'd not been competing with you, and I just watched you train, and I never seen deltoids that big that were moving weight. And then we got done, and I'm thinking we're going to go eat. And you're like, hey, Jimmy, I got some hills for you.
Hey,
and you take me right over and off the wheel, I think.
Yeah, we just crossed the bridge. Yeah, because the training facility was in a real seedy neighborhood in Richmond. Yeah.
Did I hear you guys? Good morning, everybody. Hanging out with Keith, John, and Marty, and our guest here this morning. Out of the blue, Jim Glassman, a buddy of John, who's traded together. Marty? Did we hear them say you guys squatted a Ford Explorer? Did I hear you say that?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Said it very casual too.
Yeah. Marty, I thought I heard the same thing too, just casually. And then John, yeah. So just back it up. You guys squatted a Ford Explorer.
Yeah.
For rep.
Yeah. I think Jim got one. I think I got 15 and Jim got 16. It was, I remember that day vividly because it was such a heavy one. I had never used a power suit before. So the first day I put a power suit on in competition, these things take your air in. I put it on too early and I was like going up there and I was already feeling like I didn't have any wind, but you got no choice. When you're up, you're up. And it was like I remember that day was like my introduction to a fucking the super suit the first day. And I think, Jim, you actually have a powerlifting background, correct? So you're used to the suit. That's what I told myself of why he beat me. See, that's what I told myself.
Yeah. So Strongman was always a fun event. It's like you couldn't just look at someone and tell how they were.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, if that were the case, we'd have all kept our shirts on.
So Glassman, help me and Marty understand. I'm really hung up because it's funny. Producer Melissa just dropped a text in here, and she's right. She goes like, they're talking like they had ice cream together, like just a normal thing. I'm really hung up on squatting the Explorer, and I think Marty is too. Like, hold on a second here. Like, we're talking a full Ford Explorer on your back, and you're squatting it.
What they do is they put it. It's basically on like a pivot. That makes sense. So it's like picture like they drive it up on a trailer.
Yeah.
And there's a hinge back here, and so we're out here. That makes
Okay,
sense. And so
yeah.
it's doing this.
It's like a Smith machine in some way. Like I'm kind of exaggerating, but it's like a machine. Okay, I get it. Yeah,
it's a fixed pathway. Yeah, which actually kind of makes it tough because you got to understand the angle of that.
Yes.
And that was a kind of if I remember correctly, that was a new set of equipment. It was a big contest, and so yeah, it was I think if I remember correctly, I want to say Jim and I were like 1 and 2. We were the top 3 in that event.
Well, it reminds me, Marty, you sent me that video. Go ahead, George. Sorry, Jim. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's funny. I don't know if any of that video ever made the web. I know Travis Ortmeyer, a couple guys have some old video left, but John's got the best analogy for it. If you imagine driving up on a trailer and the big gooseneck part of the trailer that would go on the back of the truck, that went on our backs.
Yeah, that's perfect.
The power curve was more like a hammer strength machine.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can imagine the pivot point is back at the back, behind the back of the truck.
Yeah.
There's a bar on your back, the closest thing to the 44. Like you walk up to it, like the truck's taller than you. Right. The wheels are kind of at your shoulder. And when you squat down in the hole, I mean, I don't know how heavy it was. It felt like 1,000 pounds at the bottom. It's probably close to 500 when you stood up. Wow. So if you fired out of the hole really fast, as some guys did early, when you got to the top, if you needed to hold on to that bar, like it would come off your back a little bit for momentum, and then it would crash back on people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No kidding. It reminds me. So Marty, thanks you. I forgot to acknowledge you, Marty. You dropped the video last night for me, but the Mark Henry video, like the world's strongest man, and how Mark Henry became the world's strongest man. Like that was an incredible journey for Henry too, and it got me thinking. It's like the coincidence of having Jim Glassman on the show right now, having this conversation about strength, and after watching Mark Henry do what he did, man, what you guys put yourself through, Anderson and Glassman, dudes, So I'm still hung up on squatting the Explorer. Are you guys going to say next you guys squatted 747s for your next set of reps or what? Like is that what
we pulled those?
No. Just nonchalant.
Right object, wrong movement, Keith.
I was right there behind you, John. I was just like, I pulled one.
Yeah.
You know, squatted one.
So Jim, your memory is sharp on this. So when I took you to the steps, when I took you to the steps after training, was it after you beat me in the squat event? Because that would make sense in my mind.
Oh, definitely. It was a couple of years later. I mean,
okay.
You had remembered though. We spoke about it.
I was getting revenge.
You were not a guy used to getting beat at squat.
No.
It's okay. I really enjoyed you enough. I was gonna let you have that because I still enjoyed being your friend. So you were gonna get it that day. It was okay.
That's awesome.
I knew I was being had, and I didn't mind.
Hey, Jim, maybe you can take a couple minutes to tell our audience what you're up to. Jim, where are you living? What are you doing these days? And what's keeping you active? And how did you find us, Jim? Did you pop into LinkedIn and you saw John's head, or how did you? So give us a lowdown, pal. Tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah. So I popped into LinkedIn this morning, as I do many mornings, and in my notifications was that John was doing a live event, and I didn't have to read past that. I'm like, if John is live, it's going to be worth watching. So let me go ahead and turn in.
That's awesome.
So yeah. So golly, what has Glassman been up to? You know, I was one of the guys on the tour that like I didn't have a normal strongman job. I was a data and analytics guy. Still am.
Yeah, Jim is like extremely smart. He's a smart motherfucker. Smart.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. So yeah, it's like, 20-something years of building data and AI tools for BI folks. And then over the last couple of years, it's like, oh, cool. We're just going to automate this all. We're just going to automate people all the way out. And so like that happens in places. But to be honest, in the last year, when the AI development tools got really big, like it opened an environment for me to build things I'd not been able to do before. Like I started as a web analytics guy. And so you can imagine you've got to deal with the websites you're measuring a lot, put some of your own code in there. But I was never the guy building the website, but I was just around for all of it. And so my career had been in finance and then a bunch of places and then a lot of healthcare. So I actually started building a home healthcare software platform at the beginning of the year.
Good for you, brother.
Yeah, the AI tools are kind of at this point like this amazing exoskeleton that everybody, whatever job they're in, can find a way to put some of it on and just start blasting past all the people that are not.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, Jim, listen, man, I'm very grateful that you took some time out of your day to spend some minutes with myself and Marty and John this morning. Very, very kind to you. Why don't you come and officially hang out with some time time on the show?
I was going to say, dude, let's have
should,
Jim would be a great guest. Jim,
Yeah.
you want to come be a guest, bro?
I would definitely be open to that. I will, John, I will drop you a text with my current contact info. You all have a wonderful day. I love the show.
Jim, thanks, Jim. Listen, let's connect on LinkedIn as well. We'll get you connected. We'll get you into the show and hang out with us very soon. How's that sound? Okay.
That sounds great, man. Y'all have a great Monday.
Great to see you, brother.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Jim Glassman joining us. Marty.
Hey, John, can you find some footage of this stuff? I know you got to have something, man.
Yeah.
You got to have something.
I'll dig back through shit and say, it's.
I agree, Marty.
This is back, like, I'm trying to think what year we were talking. We were talking like early 2000s, back before, camera phones. There wasn't as much shit captured at that time. That makes sense.
Yeah.
5-6 years later, there was, you do something, the fucking shit circulating all over the fucking internet. But what platforms were even going at that time? I don't even think camera phones had been invented. We were on fucking flip phones.
Yeah, I had a Palm Trio, John. Remember those Palm Trios? One of those. There's the BlackBerry, the Palm Trio. You probably kind of remember it, but we were, as you were doing that, the world was slowly shifting to camera phones and so forth. So, John, you'd be looking probably for digital cameras or old SD cards, or even analog photos that we can rescan. But I'm with Marty, man. If there's anything you can find, would love to share. We'd love to find it and enjoy some of that content with you. I'm sure you have some great footage, bro.
I think I know I could find some stuff like that was actually went to TV that were like, that would be easier. I could just send a couple of videos where, it was where it was basically broadcasted. But then of course it's a little bit more produced, but it's still cool.
That's still cool. Yeah. So John, we're going to do a lifestyle tip and reset here for quickly, but back to Glassman. So you guys were joking around size and he's like, yeah, it was 340. Now it was like 300. So we're talking.
He's texting me right now. Perfect. So we got. Jim also reach out to Keith because he does all the scheduling.
Thanks, brother. So what is he? 6 foot, 6'5"? Like how big, Johnny?
Probably 6'4". I mean, he's a fucking beast of a man.
Yeah, really, eh? That's fucking
really.
incredible.
Oh yeah, and he even said he was 350. I short sold him, so he was 350 pounds.
That's awesome. That's so
and in those days too. In those days, that was fucking huge because you didn't have the 400 pounders hadn't entered the equation yet.
No kidding. Hey, John, did you ever cross paths with Mark Henry? Seriously, in your career anywhere? Or is there an age difference? Probably big age difference, I'm thinking too, maybe, eh?
Well, he was kind of like he started off in, Jesus Christ, I think he was the strongest ever teenager.
Really?
So he was like, Mark Henry is like a unbelievable. He probably had more potential and strength than any other human. He just, basically, he went to wrestling. They offered him so much money in wrestling.
The guy.
But yeah, no, we've bumped into each other. We don't really know each other, with a lot of mutual friends. But the dude is a fucking bona fide stud. I mean, there's some of the shit like that should have been a work in wrestling were fucking real. Like
really,
he broke things. Absolutely.
Well, that video Marty dropped yesterday from TikTok with Mark Henry, I was inspired by it because I know the guy's story, but didn't know the guy's story. I
didn't know that.
Beast.
That's part about his story.
He's a fucking monster.
I think as a teenager, I want to say he squatted 900 pounds, and this is back before all the equipment was there. This is just a fucking dude that is just fucking cock strong.
Well, he's huge. He's a huge man. And then what was it, Marty? He lost his mom, right? His mom died, and he's like, switch went off, and he's like, I got to go and become the greatest ever. And I think he did along the way. Like, incredible.
Well, then what happened was a guy named Terry Todd, who's now passed, our rest in peace. He was kind of like one of the original fucking lifters, right? He kind of became a strength historian, and he's the one that He's the one that produced the Strongman portion of the Arnold Classic. He was pretty tight with Arnold.
Oh, yeah.
And so he actually took Mark, lived with him for years, took him in because he basically understood, Terry Todd understood that he was looking at potentially the strongest human that ever walked the planet.
No shit. Hey, John, I know, Jimmy, I know I'm off track here, but I got one last quick question for Johnny. John, why did the Arnold Classics, or maybe I'm not understanding it, but why did the Arnold, here's my question. Why did the Arnold Classics stop the strength portion? Because they have.
No, they don't.
It's still there.
It's bigger than ever, dude. Oh, yeah.
So I misunderstood. I thought the Arnold Classic was bigger more on the posing physique side, but the strength side is still there, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, the Arnold Classic is the most. It's the most prestigious. They only bring in. It's invite only. And
okay.
If you're not like deep in the top 10,
yes,
you don't get an invite. So they'll bring like the top 10 in, but then they'll have like 2-3 alternates there. So somebody is out. They've got people to put in.
I've misunderstood because I've always known the Arnold Classic more like the traditional, from my point of view, like the bodybuilding, the posing.
Well, it started off there. The Arnold Classic literally started as a bodybuilding competition.
That's what I thought, John. Yeah.
And then it evolved into this fucking massive expo.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The Arnold Classic is the biggest expo in the fucking world.
Yes. No, I know that. I didn't realize until I saw the Mark Henry thing, actually, Marty. I didn't realize that. Like, again, John, you're right. My perception was the Arnold Classic was very much caught up in the bodybuilding world. I didn't realize that they added the strength side of it and that it has the impact that it has here today. So,
yeah.
That's the one in Ohio.
Yeah.
You got okay. All right. Yeah, I know people that's been in there and competed there.
Yeah, like if you like in bodybuilding, you almost now don't know. I mean, the Olympia is still the highest title, but I think the Arnold Classic may shoot by it because Joe Weider had a deal with Arnold. Basically, Arnold said, "Hey," because Joe Weider's kind of the one who put Arnold on Front Street.
Yes.
And so Arnold said to Joe, "Hey, I want to do this competition." He said, "That's fine, but just don't compete with the Olympia, please." So when Joe died, Arnold was like, "Well, my promise was to him, not the contest." Yeah. And so he's been pushing the limits. Like he started raising the prize money. So now the prize money for the Olympia is like $600,000 for first place. And it would never be that way if Arnold wasn't raising his purses.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, let's do a reset here. Good morning, everybody. We're going to do a reset with John Anderson, Lifestyle Tip. We'll come back hour 2 here, and 5 weird tricks that kill cravings and a bunch of other things coming up on hour 2 with Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, Marty, Jim Glassman, and everybody else. Jimmy, let's run it.
It is Monday morning. And for many of you guys, that means you didn't really do much over the weekend. I mean, you enjoyed yourself, which is great. Good for you. But the question is, you have this work week, Monday through Friday. Well, this is day 1 of that stretch of 5 days. Well, if you want to continue to move forward in your life, you have to make sure that every day that you are trying to make progress is just a little bit better than the So you got to ask yourself the question, you had 2 days, you had Saturday and Sunday to enjoy yourself, but did you just have just a few minutes to plan out Monday or plan out your week, decide what you're going to do better today or maybe this week than you did last week. Such a simple concept. But if you developed the habit and the pattern of doing this, you'll be so surprised how quickly your life will move in the direction that you want it to go. So the question I ask myself every day is, have I done something today that's going to make tomorrow a little bit better than today? And then the second half of that is, have I planned it out? Is it in my schedule? Is it written in my mental Rolodex? Because if you're here, you want to get better. You're trying to improve. And that's great. But it takes action. So ask yourself a question. Have you prepared to make today or this week better than you did last week or yesterday? If you are, you're on the right track. If you're not, it's time to be honest. Action is the currency of success. Take the first step and go get what you want. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back, nation. Hour 2 of Mornings in the Lab is rolling right now. Marty's out of here. I love you, brother. Have yourself an awesome day, Marty. We'll see you tomorrow in the lab here. We open up with the morning loop on the leadership style, thriving in the AI era. We hit some wild headlines from deep fakes to brain chips and learned 5, and we're going to get into some 5 science-backed tricks to crush cravings. We're going to have some conversation around the 4 a.m. routine and so forth. And then Reloaded, we're going to talk about dead wasps hiding in your figs. Yeah, true story. And then Morning Focus, we're going to explore the Unfollow Protocol. What happens if you unfollowed a bunch of people today? How would it impact your life? It might actually turn quite positive. Community Corner, we're going to get into some creators turning discipline into momentum. Nation, we're going to take a couple minutes before we get into it here, Jimmy. Looking at the comments, we had Jim Glassman join us hour 1. One of Johnny's lifting buddies hanging out this morning. We're going to have Glassman back in the show. Lady Drew Bozier was in and out and in. Bozier will be back. Spartacus is here. Yes, Spartacus, I'm with you, man. I saw your comment there about I used to, it's Bernard B-Drive. I used to take Weeder's Megabolic packs in my junior, senior years. Bernard, brother, I think that many of us from this generation spent a lot of money with Joe Weider, Joe Weider. Hey, Anderson, was it Weider or was it Weider? And I'm being serious, man. I didn't know if it was, I think you said when you said Joe, it was Weider. And I'm actually really curious how to pronounce his last name because my entire life, I think I was probably pronouncing it incorrectly. We'll have Anderson come back and clarify that for us as well. And then Spartacus, all my muscles came from lifting blocks and heavy loads of mortar in buckets. Yeah, I did not do that. I lifted heavy weights. I was allergic to doing all that physical labor stuff there, Spartacus. Hence, I figured out how to use a computer along the way and decided to go lift weights in the gym. And then Bernard, yes, that farmer taught me so much. Just in conduct alone, he was someone to admire. I'm with you, man. And it's funny because, Bernard says, I like to work. It just needs to be for me these days. Like this hothead that didn't pay me last week. I'm done with it. I'm with you, brother. You got to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself first. Spartacus, my hat's off to you on the roof's heat and constant momentum also coming from Bernard along the way. Hey, you guys can join the live conversation with us right now, right? Just like Jim Glassman did. The phone lines will be open. And if you get in first, you'll beat Bozier. 431-300-3005. The phone lines will be open at the bottom of the second hour. I invite you to join me with a quick call. 431-300-3005. All right, guys, we're going to move into a conversation around cravings. Oh, baby, do you have cravings? I have cravings every now and then. And it's funny because John said something before Glassman joined, which I didn't really think about, but he positioned it, that when I have a craving, I believe he was saying something along the lines of, when I have a craving, it's telling me something else. And I was like, oh, I never thought about it that way. So we're going to have this conversation with John when he gets back. Have you ever had a craving hijack your morning and crush your momentum? And it's funny, I'm also going to talk about my experience staying in the hotels and how I think they are driving folks mad with cravings. Today on our live morning show, we're going to break down 5 weird research-backed tricks that can curl cravings fast so you can stay locked in on your goals.
What if the key to unlocking your true potential was hidden in the last place you'd ever think to look? Every single day, you're in a battle. It's a silent war, but what if the science of breakthrough thinking has uncovered a set of bizarre, almost counterintuitive methods that don't rely on willpower at all? We're talking about a series of strange, these aren't your typical self-help tips. These are weird, almost hidden techniques that give you the power to flip the script, to hijack the very system that's been holding you hostage. It's time to stop fighting and start outsmarting. The choice is yours.
All right, we are going to talk about cravings. Good morning, my lovely pet. Yes, my lovely Lauren's in the comments here this morning. Guys, we're talking cravings. But before we get into cravings, I have an observation to make. I think some of the reasons we crave so much is because the way that society teaches us to crave things. Let me give you an example. I spent some time, obviously, in Saskatchewan this weekend, spent some time at a hotel. And the hotel included the free breakfast. And Anderson knows where I'm going to go with this one when he joins. But that free breakfast, man, it is carbohydrate on top of carbohydrate on top of carbohydrate. Sugar on top of sugar on top of sugar. No wonder people crave crap throughout the day when they start their day with crap on top of crap on top of crap. It's funny because I was standing in that kitchen, let's just say, at the hotel where they feed the continental breakfast. And here was the choices. I had an observation. It was a croissant. It was bread. It was pancakes. It was waffles. It was fruit. It was cereal. Yeah, packaged cereal. There was some scrambled eggs and there was some meat. 2 protein choices. The rest was carbohydrate on top of carbohydrate on top of processed sugar on top of carbohydrate. So I observed everybody having breakfast over the last 2 days. Yeah, true story. And I'm suspecting an hour or 2 after they had breakfast, their day was hijacked by cravings. Yeah, because I'm going to suspect that they started the day with a carbohydrate on top of a carbohydrate on top of a carbohydrate. And, well, we all know what happens with that. So let's talk about cravings. Cravings waste willpower. They do. They derail your discipline and they chip away at your confidence. And when you can interrupt a craving in under a minute, you can keep your morning mindset, your afternoon mindset, your nutrition on target, anything on target, if you are getting in front of your craving. John, you dropped the nugget before Jim Glassman joined us around cravings. When that word has approached your mind in the past, you quickly learned that there wasn't a craving happening, there was something else happening. John,
well, I mean, obviously speaking from my own experience, everybody's different.
Yes.
Sometimes craving can be from low blood sugar. Like what you just described was everybody spikes their blood sugar. As that shit wears off, the blood sugar goes down. Now the brain says, oh, my blood sugar is crashing. I need more. So it sends out an emergency signal that says, go get some sugar. People spend all day doing that.
Yeah.
But me personally, it's got more because I'm pretty good at stabilizing my blood sugar. I don't really I don't fall victim to what you described.
Yes.
Anymore.
Yes. Anymore. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we all did at some point. Jesus Christ, how do you not in this world? And so for me, it's usually some sort of, a lot of times I have a craving. I'm not fucking hungry.
No.
So it's basically I'm eating for entertainment. It's a self-sabotaging behavior pattern. So you got to flip the script. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to build a little discipline. It's an opportunity to do something productive. It's a trigger to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do something that's going to make myself feel like shit, which chips away at what you were describing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something like sometimes I tell my clients, okay, do 10 bodyweight squats, do 10 push-ups, read a page of a book, do something productive, which will then at that point break the thought process of doing, because ultimately it's almost like it's your brain's after a dopamine hit.
That's exactly it. And I was
get it a hit from something productive.
Yes, instead of that sugar, right? And it's fun, John, because I was, watching my mom, love mom, yesterday have her breakfast yesterday morning and her Saturday morning at the continental breakfast. And I thought I was sitting in the 50s or 60s, right? Because just what you said, right? It's some of those old beliefs that we were taught, right? Instead of the 2 loaves of whole wheat bread. But man, and I know we can teach old dogs new tricks, but I just sat back and observed mom because I'm like, oh man, because sure enough,
she doesn't want to be lectured hanging out.
No, and not lecturing, but to your point, predictability. I watched her have her sugar at whatever time it was, and then I watched 2 hours later.
Same thing.
Yeah, the spike.
Well, the funny thing is even though we're not trying to lecture, that's the way they take it.
100%. Yeah, 100%. But I was
unsolicited advice.
Yeah. But as well as I do, I looked around the room and observed everybody, and then I could look at my clock and go, okay, I can see you guys all spiking in a couple of hours now. And it's just frustrating because of all the knowledge we have. Yet you go to any hotel on the planet with that quote unquote continental breakfast for the average North American human, and I'm putting it out there, they're all just being fed the continued go and eat bad food. There's no shift.
Well, I mean, the continental breakfast, they want to provide that, but they need to do it the cheapest way possible.
Exactly correct. Yes.
And that shit is cheap.
Yes. So I found some ridiculous science tricks, John, that will help folks maybe kill cravings. And some of them are quite ridiculous, but maybe they work. So one of them is tapping your forehead for 30 seconds. Physical distraction that engages visual and motor cortex scrambles the craving image. You're nodding like you know this.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of a very thin version of what I said.
Yes.
Break the fucking pattern with something productive. Now it's like, I mean, why not use that fucking 30 seconds to better yourself a little bit?
Yeah. Well, so here's something else too. And you threw this on the table. Play Tetris, a metaphor, or some kind of visual puzzle. So if you're craving something, what science is saying is that take that craving and put your brain towards doing something productive, and it'll help kill that craving. So pick 100%. A game that requires quick decisions and visual attention. Right, so you're thinking that you want to have some food, you're going to start thinking about solving the puzzle.
Well, the problem is that's okay, I'm standing in front of the refrigerator. I got to go get a fucking game. Not a very easy transition. How about just close the fucking doors and start doing push-ups or bodyweight squats right there?
Yes.
Yeah, these are great fucking thoughts, but terrible for application.
So here's something else too, Anderson. Sniffing Jasmine, I guess the peppermint and vanilla. But apparently that if you sniff jasmine, it's going to help reduce your cravings as well, interestingly enough.
I'm not questioning any of this stuff, but it's fucking really, really, I mean, this is not good. None of these are going to be like, oh God, let me go find some jasmine.
Oh, it's ridiculous. There's nothing actually not ridiculous. But that's why I want to talk about it because how ridiculous this is. And let's just be frank. If you're struggling with life, and I mean this with love, whoever's listening right now, if you're struggling with life with cravings and you're chasing jasmine or you're chasing peppermint to stop your cravings, maybe there's some bigger challenges going on, Johnny. Just maybe.
Well, I mean, this would be a perfect one for your rubber band trick on the wrist.
Yeah, there you go.
But if it's there, because it's easy, it's okay. Pow, pow, pow.
Yes.
Versus standing there like a fucking weirdo in line at Starbucks, trying not to buy the bad shit, slapping your forehead. What the fuck is this guy doing?
This next one, I suspect you're very much going to lean into because I believe you do it daily and you don't even know it, but it's just part of your normal. John's normal, which is manipulating your gut bacteria because you understand the value of the food in your gut and you understand how it all works and it links to everything. So again, I'm just suspecting some stuff here, but you eat the right food to manage your gut bacteria, which helps reduce your cravings. Would I be fair with saying that?
Well, and let's explain that a little further. So, but most people don't understand that the lion's share of serotonin, which is basically the brain chemical that gives us a feeling of well-being, just helps us, it's like an overall feeling of wellness versus usually when we're making bad decisions, there's something that's, that might not be the case. So when your gut health's in check, you're getting more serotonin, and serotonin is a huge part of what helps a human function and think and act the way that they should.
It's how did you learn that though as you were going through your food journey, John? Like did you eat I'm gonna suspect you were eating things and you were seeing the results, so then you did it again, you're like, oh, and then you read about it, you became knowledgeable.
Yeah, everything that I discovered was just me trying, and then of course once I registered it worked, I kept doing it. And then along the way, you start hearing about studies that kind of proved, like I was told that I was an idiot by eating so much protein back in the
I remember you saying 90s. That. Yeah.
It can't metabolize. It can't turn into energy. Okay, well, look what it's doing for me.
Yeah.
It's really easy to say that because it's fucking hard to do.
And then the last one, John, and I'm suspecting, in your journey, you have followed this or have tried it. Warm salt and lemon water. And the idea in science is that it works best as an in between meals to break cravings. It apparently will help stabilize energy and will help avoid the blood sugar dips if you drink some warm, maybe even Celtic salt, but warm salt and lemon water along the way.
I'm a much bigger proponent of just basically eating on a little bit more of a schedule to stabilize blood sugar, which then takes the whole thing away.
Yes.
Rather see that's something that, perfect example.
Yeah.
Almonds in your pockets.
Yes.
You can use them whenever you need it.
Yes.
You're driving down the fucking freeway. Oh, fuck. I need a glass of warm water with Celtic salt and lemons. What are you going to do now?
Crush those fucking almonds. It solves all the problem for you, right? So guys, you don't need more willpower.
These things they're not applicable, or they're dealing with the fucking symptom. What we want to do is we want to plant the seed to avoid the symptom from happening. We're taking care of the problem before it happens. We don't have the symptom.
It's interesting to hear you say, because I know that was, as I've gone through my journey in the world, I was always feeling too restricted because of what happens when I put myself in a scenario, just like you said. Okay, Keith, have your warm lemon water and salt. Okay, I'm on a road trip now, John. What do? I can't find lemon water and salt. And that's what I found through life as I was going through my journey to figure out what for me was that I needed to find things that worked everywhere. So you're like, no, just have almonds. Oh, right. Okay.
Well, and the problem is that I so agree. And it's so people don't, and even the Western world doesn't think about treating the problem before it happens. They think about treating the symptom of the problem. Well, okay, all you're doing is just fucking treading water.
Yes. That's exactly it. You're not you're not even trying to get ahead of it. Exactly.
Yeah, you're just okay, here it comes again. Let me buy some fucking time until it happens the next time. What the fuck is that?
That's it. Let's do it, Jimmy. You don't need more willpower. You need better interrupts. Use smart, science-backed moves. Keep your routine simple and treat every craving you beat as a rep that makes you stronger.
What if everything you've been told about morning routines is actually destroying your productivity? You've tried waking at 4 a.m., forcing yourself through elaborate rituals, feeling guilty when you can't keep up, and you're left wondering why success feels so exhausting. Neuroscience reveals your brain operates on natural rhythms. Cortisol peaks, circadian waves. That's all it takes when you align with your biology instead of fighting it. Simple habits, stacked strategically, working with your brain's natural frequencies. Stop copying. Start understanding. Your morning is about to change.
I have 10 minutes. I only give you 10 minutes this morning. What are 2 habits that you would absolutely keep if you only had 10 minutes in the morning? To do 2 things. You only got 10 minutes to make sure that you're up and you're on par to go in the right direction and achieve your goals.
But we're not talking about like taking a dump and brushing your teeth.
Nope,
we're talking about performance type stuff.
Yeah, that you need to do to make sure you're right.
The first thing is a liter of water. That's the first thing.
Okay.
I missed that liter of water, and I've done it before where I'll miss out. It's I just was talking about this the other day. It's like, fuck, I got into my coffee a little too much, and I started drinking coffee before my water. Then I wasn't getting the water down for, it goes down in the first few minutes, right? If I get distracted with coffee, it might take longer. Now it's just a different world. So that water immediately, it just starts to sharpen me.
I'd like to guess your second one.
Yeah.
So water. So I'd like to guess the second one. From my time spending with you and getting to know you and building a strong relationship with you, I believe that your second non-negotiable would be your book, your habits, like you taking your brain and putting it through your fingers and writing it down. Would I be right or wrong?
Yeah, I would say that's got to be right there. It's the first thing. Like if I go to do my book,
Yeah.
and I'm not really sharp,
Yes.
then I'm
yes.
not, I don't get the same. It's like, trying to work out when you're unrested. You don't get the same benefit from the exercise.
Yes.
So I need that water first. It sharpens me, and it happens quick too. And then I would say the book is right in there for sure. But there's a sequence there for sure.
Okay.
Because if you try to, it's same thing. It's like, let's just say that you didn't sleep all night.
Yeah.
I wouldn't train that day. It would be kind of a waste of my effort and time because I just wouldn't be in the state to benefit from it. So the book, I have to be here to get what I want from it.
That's what I mean. Like, I think that book is like it's a way for you to get this out here, out into the real world. And I've learned from you that if you can't get that out into the real world, you might be stuck. So it's like, I need the water, I need the book, because the book keeps me on track. It keeps me on, it moves me in the right direction. It helps me hit my time marks. Yeah.
It frames my mind because then okay, if I don't get my mind framed properly, then my shit is going everywhere versus, okay, boom, this is where we're going.
So for me, I would say that if you said, Keith, you can only keep 2 habits, I would say to you, my 2 habits would be, I can't believe I'm saying this one, but one's coffee. It gets my mind. It's incredible to me how when I get up with the dogs and it's something like my anxiety or I'm chasing a messy brain, I have that 1 cup. It starts to clear. That 2nd cup, I'm going in the right direction. So my coffee, Anderson, and then my workout. So however you want to
I was gonna say workout for sure for you.
Yeah. So, and however you want to frame that workout, but it's chasing a dopamine hit, whether it's fucking run, whether it's push-ups, whether it's a lift, but my body needs to kind of go, boom. Okay, here you go. And
I'm the same way, brother. I gotta catch a mild sweat.
Yeah. That
change in physiology is
that's exactly what it is. Yes, yeah. And I think for me, John, I've trained my brain where if I achieve nothing for the rest of the day, but as long as and I'll use like a metaphor, I'll call it closed rings.
Yeah.
To change the physiology of my body, then I'm happy. Because then for my brain, I'm like, okay, if I ended up at the hospital today, or if I ended up somewhere, I've at least told myself I've done what I could to take care of my human body. That's most important to me. That's as simple black and white to me.
Yeah. I mean, there's no question starting off the day, feeling accomplished changes the day.
100%. So guys, forget that Instagram worthy influencer start stuff. Literally think about biology friendly, consistency beating complexity. Start with 1 habit. And I'll go back to what Anderson said many, many times. Don't overcomplicate anything. You don't need 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Start with 1 minute. And man, we were having conversations over the weekend about just creating movement and this idea of do you want to live or are you waiting to die? That's the difference. So
get busy living or get busy dying.
That's it. What do you got on the agenda today, Mr. Anderson? It's Thanksgiving Monday here in Canada. What do you got going on today?
That's right. Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Thanks, brother. Yeah. What do you got going on today?
So it's a non-training day.
Yes.
I've got a day of good shit to do in terms of just working on my businesses, and obviously in the morning I'll work in my coaching and mentoring business, and then pickleball, nap. After my nap, Terry has some sort of a beauty appointment. So I'm going to take her, drop her off there. I'm going to my brother for about an hour while she's at her beauty appointment, kind of say goodbye to him because we're leaving on Wednesday morning.
Oh yeah. Hey, how's Dave? You seen Dave recently? Your buddy Dave?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. Same exact scenario as last time, except for this time he was actually kind of knew that I was coming to grab his hand. Good. Awesome. Hey, quickly before you go, have you ever sat back and looked at your social feeds and maybe you've delegated this to your team, maybe you've done it yourself? Have you ever sat back anytime over the last few years and just said, you know what, I got to unfollow a bunch of noise that's in my feeds? Or have you left that to your team, or you don't worry about it at all? I mean, for the most part, my team is on the lookout, and what they're on the lookout for is people that take, like, if someone just, people always talk shit, right?
Absolutely.
If someone writes a well thought paragraph,
yes,
about talking shit, that means that person is a little bit of a different type. What other actions may he take?
Yes.
These are the fuckers that they're just, those are the people I just don't want to, people are shit talkers. That's fine. But I've got somebody that's going to invest fucking 20 minutes writing a paragraph, talking shit. That's a person that is, those are the ones that you like. It's just, they report you, they just create problems for your existence. So those are the ones that we push away.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get into a little chat here in a few minutes as you're out of here, talking about what happens if you unfollow 20 people. I think that sometimes we can maybe just create some awareness around
they get butthurt. They don't like that.
I know. Well, and our feeds get turned into noise. Here's the other reality too, right? Is that,
but real quick, those people I'm not following. We're blocking them.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes.
The people that I follow, it's either, people that I know that I've worked with, or, when I say work, more athletics than anything else, or something that if I do catch it when I'm opening up is going to bring some value to my ears.
Yes. Speaking of value, before you exit, how cool was it that this morning Glassman opens up his LinkedIn, sees us fucking talking. He comes in and says, "Looking good, John." And you're like, "Jim Glassman, who's this dude?" We kind of poke and prod a little bit, and we learn that it's the fucking guy you trained with. It's a guy you guys have fucking squatted Ford Explorers with. And me and Marty are like, "What?" Just like a normal conversation, having ice cream. And you guys are like, "Oh yeah, we used to fucking squat Ford Explorers." And then I made a joke about squatting airplanes. Like, no, we used to pull those. My point is, how cool is it that Glassman joined the show with us today?
Yeah, it was nice. It's always good to hear those blasts.
Yeah. We're gonna get him to join.
Crazy,
the show.
He when he started talking about
same age as us.
He's pretty close, a little bit younger, but not much.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy, the way he remembered things. I would have probably not remembered these things had he not talked about it. It's just weird how shit gets so deep in your memory bank, I've gone after that. I went and did a lot of shit. That was 2000, 2001, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed, highly competitive, whether it's wrestling or bodybuilding, for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's like there's so many of those memories filed in.
Yeah.
That one, it was filed in where I may have never remembered that unless you brought it up.
It's awesome, man. I think it's fantastic. So we're looking forward to having Glassman on the show. All right, pal, listen. I got to get you out of here. Double A, Keith Urban, is that you? No, you got Keith Billis here with my buddy, John Anderson. My brother from another mother. Pal, you have yourself an awesome day today.
You as well, brother. I'll see you in the morning. Have a killer loop.
Less than 22 hours. I'll see you again. Have a good one, okay?
Let's go, baby.
All right. John is out of here, nation. We're going to get into the Unfollow Protocol. Double A, where are you joining us from this morning? Keith Urban, is that you? Double A joining us here on the vertical feeds here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I see the conversation happening on the horizontal side of things. Spartacus, Bernard, the gang happening there over on the horizontal things. Hey, guys, you ever sat back and asked yourself what would happen if you unfollowed 20 people today on your social channels? Have you ever opened your feed and you felt instantly irritated, instantly overwhelmed, or instantly distracted? Well, today I got an invitation for you. The Unfollow Protocol, a simple 20-tap experiment that resets your algorithm, lowers your stress, and gives your attention back.
What if you could change your digital reality in a single day? The noise, the clutter, the endless stream of content that leaves you feeling drained. It's not a bug, it's a feature. But the algorithms are listening and they respond to your actions, not just your likes. A small, decisive action can lead to a profound shift in what you see and how you feel. It's time to curate your digital life with intention.
So, guys, your feed is not neutral. No, every follow that you have is a vote that your brain pays for better attention, for emotion and time. So if you create a better feed, a feel better feed, that digital boundary will compound into better focus, better sleep, and better relationships. So maybe the question you have to ask yourself is, who could you unfollow today? Double A joining us from Milan. Want to know how often I follow people? I currently don't follow anyone. Nicely done. Well, the reality is this too, guys. We live in a world where there's the For You feed and the following feed. And the For You feed is the algorithm giving you what it thinks you want. And there's the following feed, which is what you want to follow. But the question I would have for you guys is, what kind of posts spike your stress in the first 10 minutes of your day? Right? So when you open up your chat, you open up your social feeds, there might be content there that's going boom, boom. Maybe it's a wasp and a fig. Oh, coming up in a few minutes, we're going to break that down. I forgot to get to that, Jimmy, with John earlier today, but are there wasps in your figs? We're going to have that conversation in a few minutes, but we're talking right now, unfollowing folks who are giving you toxic content inside of your social feeds. Algorithms react in minutes, you guys. If you sat back today and decided to unfollow 20 accounts, that's the invitation for you. It's going to force your platforms, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's X, whether it's TikTok, whether it's LinkedIn, to redistribute your feed inventory. What you're probably going to notice is a visible shift within the next refresh cycle. So it can be as simple as this. You want to shift? Get rid of the people in your feed. Next time you open it up, you might find content that might be more appealing to you. Milan says, my YouTube is set to restricted. Not a fan of algorithms. Bad for your mental health. You know, Double A has a really good valid, Double A has a valid point there. And I actually wonder if we could do a better job having that conversation with folks. And if you think about what Double A said, my YouTube feed is set to restricted. Not a fan of the algorithm, because the algorithm is going to feed you what it thinks you want. And the reality is, you're probably going to look at stuff in your algorithm subliminally or subconsciously on one day that you didn't even realize you looked at. And then a few weeks later, it's going to serve it up to you again and again and again. You're like, wait a minute, why the hell am I seeing all this crap? Yeah, well, because you looked at it a while back. So I'm quite fascinated by Double A's philosophy, which is stop following everybody, because doing that might give you the chance to reset that algorithm. Very, very fascinating point of view, because when you open up your platforms now, the For You is always served to you. Yes, there's the choices to select the following, but for the most part, it is the For You feed, right? And I'm looking at some of the comments here from Spartacus. My parents said, okay, yeah, no, there's a different conversation going on down there in the comments than what we're having here. Is what you also might want to consider is no notifications being sent. Turn your unfollows to silent. People may only notice if they audit followers or engagement patterns. And then what you also might want to look at doing is resetting your platforms. So putting some time limits on, right? Instagram safe activity range makes 20 unfollows a non-issue for account health. X monitors aggressive behavior, not thoughtful pruning. Platforms reweight toward accounts you engage, leading to more posts from close friends and topics you actually search and save. So what you might want to consider doing today, is taking some time out of your day, maybe on the shitter, start to unfollow a few folks, right? And looking at it from a pruning perspective, what you're probably going to have happen is that feed quality is going to improve, right? The platform's going to reweight towards the accounts that you engage with, leading to more posts from close friends and topics you actually search and save. And then as a result, as Double A talks, what may happen is that you may see a mental health lift. Removing news envy triggers. You know, the folks that are creating content that helps you go FOMO because they're doing something you're not? Well, digital decluttering reduces that cognitive load. It decreases that idea of doom scrolling. It decreases the FOMO. We got Double A come back saying, allows me to think freely. Oh, I love that, Double A. I search what I'm curious about, my interests, etc. You control your life, not the algorithm. And you know what? And I'm fascinated about this too, because in many ways, I curate what you guys see on this show. I'm the publisher, the editor. Right. So I'm putting up stuff that I think is interesting to me, which as a result, I think it's going to be interesting to you. So in many ways, I am the algorithm for us. but I'm coming at it from a perspective of help, positive content, right? But I'm really quite fascinated by Double A's thoughts, which is I search what I'm curious about. And it's funny because when I set up our Mornings in the Lab YouTube account, I purposely did not go and find a bunch of crap, right? So we are not being served up with algorithmic stuff for the most part. But when I go to my personal one, I can see those differences there. Some great stuff there, Double A. Some really great stuff there. Looking over here at the comments here from Spartacus. He says, I keep a small amount of social media accounts, save me the problems. And B Drive says, I have YouTube. YouTube is my social media. That's all for now. And it's interesting because many would say YouTube's not even social, right? It's funny because I got a piece I'm working on, which will be, I'm hoping to be a next steps monologue. Everything's becoming television. Everything is becoming television. So nation, as you continue this idea of unfollowing folks, you might see polarization drop from yourself without even knowing it. Unfollowing those extreme or hyper-partisan sources may reduce hostility, and it may improve your life satisfaction with your new feed experience. So nation, here's your takeaway. Here's what I got for you today. This conversation is not about isolation. No. It's about intention. You, as Double A said, are the curator of your inputs. You can make a choice. You can restrict what you have. You can protect your mornings. You can sharpen your focus. And you can let the algorithm work for the man that you're becoming or the man that you want to be. So I have an invitation. Sit down today and unfollow at least 20 people and see what happens. Speaking of seeing what happens if you thought there was a wasp inside of a fig? Jimmy, let's get into it.
What if I told you that some of your favorite foods hide an unexpected partnership, one that's been going on for millions of years? We live in an age of information overload, yet the most fascinating stories remain buried beneath surface-level understanding. The foods we trust might carry secrets that challenge our comfort zones. Evolutionary biologists have documented symbiotic relationships that defy simple explanation, revealing how survival depends on cooperation. When you understand the science behind your food, you make informed decisions rooted in evidence, not emotion. Truth empowers choice. Let's uncover what's real.
Dropping nuggets. Double A, I appreciate you joining us all the way from Milan. Your mind is like a garden. It often needs de-weeding. So well said, Double A. Get to work, guys. So Double A's put an invitation for you out there. And hey, maybe today's the day to do it. If you're in Canada on Thanksgiving Day today, clean your feed. Maybe tomorrow, that feed becomes much more positive for you. The Spartacus come back saying, I had a Facebook account never years ago, never followed it. Maybe did me well. This show is social media. That's good enough for me. I appreciate you, Spartacus. And yes, the native figs are here. Hey, guys, you guys can join the show this live right now or in the Mornings in the Lab community. It's happening. We got Bernard out there, the resident beekeeper. Yep, he'll keep you in check. True story. He'll keep you in check. If not, he's going to sting you with his bees. And if you're looking for some honey, he can help you with honey as well. Hey, Milan. Hey, Double A Milan. You looking for some honey? Go hook up with our buddy Bernard. He'll get you some honey. And hey, come say hi in the comments. The active stream is on vertical, and we also got the horizontal stream happening as well. And hey, coming up in the future, YouTube's combining the two. Looking forward to that so we can have one big conversation happening. And to those that are watching the show live, I appreciate you. To those that are not watching live, I don't appreciate you. All kidding aside, I invite you to come and see us in the Mornings in the Lab community where we keep the conversation going every single day at 8 o'clock Eastern time on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. All right, guys, do figs really have dead wasps in them? Well, you saw the hook. And, clearing up food myths, at least from my mom, helps you lead a healthier, more confident life. So better info is going to help us make smarter choices, fewer bro science debates, and stronger morning mindset during our morning routines. Well, here's the reality, guys. Most supermarket figs, the conversation today is, do figs have wasps inside? Well, the reality is, most supermarket figs, Mission, Brown, Turkey, are parthenocarpic, meaning they ripen without wasp pollination. So they typically have no wasp at all. However, certain types, like Fit Presenter coming in here saying, I'll get to in just a quick second, certain types like Calamurna or some wild figs do require wasp pollination. A female fig wasp may enter the fruit to pollinate and can die inside. The fig contains a natural enzyme called phycin that breaks down the wasp, turning it into plant tissue. You cannot see it. The crunchy bits in figs are seeds, not insect parts. In North America and Europe, the figs most people buy are the parthenocarpic kinds. So everyday shoppers are usually eating wasp-free fruit. The wasp-fig relationship is a classic example of mutualism in nature, essential for certain fig species to reproduce and harmless to consumers. So the reality is, guys, there are wasps in your figs, but probably not the kind that you are buying in the stores here. And we got Jimmy here. Obviously, Jimmy's joining us from the Philippines, and he says we have native figs here. And he's got a picture showing me over here on our comments. Jimmy, throw that on the screen. Maybe be helpful for the nation to see that. Double A's heading out of here. Double A, I appreciate you joining us on the show here this morning. That's awesome. Jimmy's got some pictures of figs. He's going to throw some figs on the screen here in a quick second. We got Spartacus. Crab fishing is on the decline, B says, and then Fit Presenter. Don't ruin it, Keith. My great motivation to go back to the States is a pack of Fig Newtons. I don't mind Fig Newtons every now and then either, actually. But as we're talking about wasps and feeds in North America and Europe, like I said, the figs most people eat are parthenocarpic. The shopping shortcut: if you want to avoid pollinated varieties of figs, choose the Mission or Brown Turkey. If you love the specialty flavors like Carla Monera, know the science and enjoy the figs. And know this: you might have a wasp inside of it. Add figs to your morning routine. They're high fiber, pair well with some Greek yogurt and nuts for a steady energy start. Guys, real talk. Yep, better info builds better habits. So keep asking those questions, keep learning, keep leading your circle with facts, not bro science. Start your day right, guys. True story. One smart choice at a time. Jimmy, let's go to the community corner.
If discipline feels like punishment, your system's wrong. Today, we test ideas that make hard things feel good. It's time for the Community Corner, where we connect YouTube, Substack, and LinkedIn on Mornings in the Lab. If your start requires heroics, your design is the problem. With us today are 3 creators who will show us how to make the most of your mornings. All right, enough foreplay. Let's see receipts. Keith, let's hear those stories.
Guys, phone lines are open. You guys can join the show that's live right now. We're in the Mornings in the Lab community. Join the show live right now. 431-300-3005. 431-300-3005. Just like Jim Glassman called in the first hour. Phone, text, or leave me a voicemail later today. Like Charlie, good old good time does. Came say hi in the comments. To those of you who are not watching live, I invite you to come get up after 8 o'clock Eastern time right here live. Live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Yes. All right, we're going to Community Corner with my co-host, Maya Reyes, here this morning on the show. All right, guys, listen. What happens? How to make discipline feel good? Rob Dial Jr. from the Mindset Mentor podcast says discipline has nothing to do with willpower and everything with how you wire your brain. You can make doing the hard stuff feel good. He calls it removing resistance. Instead of forcing yourself into motion, design the start to be easy. Design it to be rewarding. You know how it goes. Lay out your clothes. Open the email. Hit 10 minutes at the gym. These little breadcrumbs, as he calls it, they're small. They're small cues that pull you forward. because the brain doesn't like unfinished business. I can relate. I got to get my shit done or else I feel like I'm stopped. The next step is adding a little dopamine to that discipline. Reward the effort. Yes, make some progress visible and pair that grind with joy. Finally, reframe your perspective on discipline. See it as gratitude. See it as self-love. Guys, discipline isn't grind. Discipline is success. See it as self-love, not punishment. Because Rob's perspective invites you to stop bullying yourself into success and to seduce yourself into consistency and head. So here's the question for you. What useful ways have you found to be more disciplined? What is it? Would love to hear. Drop it in the comments. Would love to hear what you have to say. All right, let's move it over to Substack. The big community with the orange logo. I feel like Substack's like the poor second cousin. Over on Substack, we have a neuroscientist who applies science to morning routines. His name, Dr. Dominic, and he's with us. Too many people overcomplicate their routines. So true. Dr. Dominic says, forget the 4 a.m. club, the 3 a.m. club, the 5 a.m. club, the 27-step rituals, the 100 things to do. Just go back to the basics. Consistency, light movement, water and breath. Boom. Wake up at the same time every single day. Boom. Go to bed at the same time. Boom. Step outside. Move for 20 minutes. Delay the coffee for 90. The reality is this. He says, the win isn't intensity, it's repeatability. Pick one change, turn it into a habit, and build from there. Guys, here's the reality. If you want better results in your life, you got to build a routine that works for your body, works for your rhythm. Not what somebody else's rhythm is, not for somebody else's routine, yours. But whatever you do, guys, don't sleep in. Don't miss the big morning show called Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Because, guys, who of you thought you were night owls before you realized win in the morning means win in the day? I'd love to hear from you. Drop those stories in the comments before we work our way over to LinkedIn. Yep, Brian Ellsworth's post hits different for entrepreneurs and execs who run hot. His mornings used to start in chaos. Well, the fix. Good morning, Petro. I see you. John Petrocelli's here with us this morning. Our resident bullshit professor. No, he's not the bullshitter. He's the bullshit detector. Yes, if you're bullshitting somebody, Petro will catch you. He's our man. John
Take care of that. I drink
with Petro's points. But back to Brian Ellsworth. His post over on LinkedIn, it hits super different for entrepreneurs and executives who are always running hot. His morning used to start in chaos. The fix wasn't another productivity hack. It was a leadership principle. Move first, fuel right, then serve. Yeah. So what he realized was that you treat your body as how you lead your team and your business. So he started taking care of himself first thing every single day. 2 simple changes: hydration and movement. Man, you can see that we don't peddle rocket science on this show. No, we peddle common sense. How many coaches, how many life coaches, how many scientists, how many folks come on our show and say, what? Get moving. Get drinking that water. Get to those regular bedtimes. So the question for you, leaders, is based on your habits right now, is your team getting the best of you? Hey, Maya, is your team getting the best of you?
I have one question. Did anyone count how many squirrels Keith chased mid-segment? Remember, nation, discipline isn't punishment. It's maintenance for the life you want. Remove resistance. Keep routines repeatable. Fuel before you lead. That's all for today. If you'd like your story featured, tag us on LinkedIn, Substack, and YouTube. While most people double down when something is working, this guy burned it all down on purpose. He built a 6-figure brand helping fathers heal.
He had a top-ranked podcast and a loyal community that trusted him. But he realized he was chasing success that no longer aligned with who he was. Then he did the hard thing and shut it all down to rebuild from conviction, not comfort. Now he's showing founders how to build authority rooted in purpose.
Today, we're thrilled to shine the Mornings in the Lab creator spotlight on Kurt Storing, founder of Proclaim Podcasting, who wasn't afraid to begin again when he needed it.
Kurt is proof that real success is not metrics and scale alone. It's personal, it's about freedom and alignment, and it's about building something that doesn't own you.
Some point, every entrepreneur has to decide if the thing they built is still worth carrying. Wow. Kurt Storing reached that point. He had the audience, he had the revenue, and he had the recognition. But the weight of it, well, it didn't feel right anymore. So he did what most won't. He put it all down. Yep, true story. And he started again. That takes guts. Most importantly, it takes clarity. Now, what he's doing is he's building Proclaim Podcasting. Wait a second here. What the hell? Neiman, we're promoting somebody's podcasting business on our live show? Yeah, Kurt's story is about letting go of what no longer fits, which is podcasts. No, because we're going to convince Kurt to do a live show that's no matter how good it looks on the outside. And here in the lab, we love live shows over podcasts. Yeah, true story. So Kurt, what the hell are you doing building a podcast in 2025 now? We got to get you on the Mornings in the Lab, the live network. Myself, Matt Roof, live shows that actually end up being on demand, like John Petricelli knows, because he's late today. Yeah, so he knows he's going to listen to it on demand. Petro, good conversation with John and Jim Glassman. Some dude who heard our show today is like, yeah, I used to lift with John. First hour. So nation, Kurt's story. It's about letting go. It no longer fits, no matter how good it looks on the outside. And here in the lab, we love to celebrate the hell out of people who choose growth over comfort. And right now, Kurt Storing, we are celebrating you. Why don't you come join us in the show so we can give you the creator spotlight and shine it on somebody in your orbit so we can convince you and another person to do a live show instead of a podcast. Right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Who's next, Jimmy? Who's next, Maya?
What if the key to changing minds isn't winning arguments, but asking better questions? Picture this, a filmmaker turned philosopher at a table in Echo Park, inviting strangers to examine their deepest beliefs without the heat of debate. This approach doesn't just create better dialogue, it builds bridges, transforming how we engage with different ideas. The creator we're celebrating has mastered street epistemology and helped launch Street Epistemology International to spread calm, skilled conversations, and built a channel with over 17,000 subscribers dedicated to cool-headed conversation. His award-winning film even made it to Cannes, proving his storytelling skills translate perfectly to real human connection. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Reed Nicewonder, creator of Cordial Curiosity and champion of rational discourse. Follow Reed's journey toward more meaningful conversations and discover how one thoughtful question can change any interaction.
This is when we stop listening. Yep, families break, friends disappear, and truth becomes whatever yells the loudest. So he walked into the noise with a mic and a calm voice asking strangers why they believe what they believe. Here were the rules. No debate, no shouting, just honest curiosity. And somewhere between those questions, he found connection. Good morning, Global. Good to see you out there this morning. Giving gratitude is a gift that keeps giving. Gratitude is the gift that is always giving. I get to be here with you guys today. I get to do my lift this morning. I got to run here today. I got to ride my bike. I get to hang out with you guys every single day. Gratitude, the gift that keeps giving. Speaking of giving, Reed, who we're celebrating here today, reminds us that true connection takes open-mindedness. Most importantly, it takes patience. And that leadership isn't about being right, but about staying open. Nation, here in the lab, we're all about celebrating humans who can sit around and campfire with others. Just like Reed Nice Wonder. So Reed, I got an invitation for you, brother. Would love to have you here in the lab. Would love to bring you and Cordial Curiosity, your newsletter, to the big show so we can celebrate you and celebrate somebody in your orbit on an upcoming episode of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. So Reed, here's your invite. Come on, hang out with us, brother. Come hang out with us on the big show. All right, guys. Wow, look at the time. It's time to start wrapping it up. Yep. Time to start wrapping it up. Get to some tunes here. I got to change my buttons around. Woo, baby. Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. Happy Thanksgiving to all my folks joining us from the big country of Canada. The unofficial 51st state. Yeah. Get everybody riled up on that one. Guys, we started the morning learning what real leaders and real leadership looks like in the AI era. True story. We unpacked wild headlines from deep fakes to brain chips. We killed a few cravings with science, and in our deep dive, we talked about the 20-minute morning routine that actually works and very much leaned into doesn't have to be 20 minutes. Get up and get a couple things done. Then we learned that figs aren't as innocent as they look. Cleaned up some digital lives with the Unfollow Protocol, and we wrapped the community stories proving discipline can feel good when it's built on consistency. Guys, tomorrow's big show, we're going to talk about why boys and young men are falling behind. 7 anxiety hacks so ridiculous they actually work. Body language tweaks that can make men instantly more trustworthy. And a powerful conversation about the baggage that we carry from our fathers. And if you haven't done this yet, guys, I got an invitation for you once again. I invite you, hit the like button. Let's do it right now. Like. And if you haven't, hit the subscribe button. Like. And hey, join us again tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, over there on LinkedIn, over there on X, over there on Substack. This is Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your daily accountability partner here to bring you entertaining conversations to help you start your day right with positive energy and momentum. And guys, in less than 24 hours, actually 22 hours, we're going to do it all again. I'm the Handsome Chief. I'm out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow.